Did you know the Ottomans once built a cannon so massive it could knock down city walls that had stood for centuries? Imagine a weapon so powerful the world had never seen anything like it before. Well, that was just one of the secrets of the Ottoman Empire, an empire that lasted over 600 years and ruled across 3 continents. And trust me, school textbooks don't even scratch the surface of their stories. All right, so today I'm going to tell you 10 hidden secrets of the Ottomans that most people have never heard before. Think of this as history class, but the kind of history class you actually want to listen to. Ready? Let's dive in. You already know the Ottomans had powerful armies, but what you might not know is that during the conquest of Constantinople in 1453, Sultan Mehmed II used a cannon so big it was the size of a bus. It fired stone balls weighing half a ton. When that thing fired, the ground shook like an earthquake. People inside the city thought the world was ending. That cannon changed warfare forever. Here's something fun. Your morning coffee? Thank the Ottomans. Coffee first became popular in the Middle East, but it was the Ottomans who spread it widely. In the 16th century, they opened coffee houses in Istanbul, where poets, scholars, and ordinary people would gather to talk about life. These coffee houses were so influential that sultans sometimes banned them because they feared people were plotting revolutions while sipping coffee. Suleiman the Magnificent wasn't just some warrior king. He spoke Turkish, Arabic, Persian, Serbian, Chagatai, and even a bit of French. Imagine a ruler who could talk directly with diplomats, soldiers, and poets without needing translators. That's one way he kept his empire united. You've probably heard of the Ottoman sultans and their armies, but did you know some of the most powerful people in the empire were actually women? Inside the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul was the Harem, a place that outsiders saw as mysterious and forbidden. But in reality, women in the harem, especially the sultan's mother, known as the Valide Sultan, often influenced politics, made alliances, and sometimes even chose who would become the next sultan. So yeah, it wasn't just the men running the show. Centuries before airplanes, an Ottoman inventor named Hezeran Ahmet Çelebi strapped wings to his arms and actually flew across the Bosporus Strait in Istanbul. Yes, he flew. From the Galata Tower all the way across the water. People were amazed until the Sultan got scared that he might be too powerful. And well, let's just say Hezeran's career ended pretty quickly. Now here's something surprising. Unlike many empires of the time, the Ottomans allowed Christians, Jews, and Muslims to live together under one system called the Millet System. Each community had its own schools, courts, and leaders. As long as they paid their taxes and respected Ottoman rule, they were free to live their own way. That's partly why the empire lasted so long. Bet you didn't think Ottoman sultans had a soft side. But Suleiman the Magnificent wasn't just a conqueror, he was also a poet. He wrote beautiful love poems for his wife, Harem Sultan, the woman who stole his heart. Imagine the most powerful man in the world sitting at night, writing love verses. Kind of romantic, right? The Janissaries were an elite army unlike any other. They were taken as boys from Christian families, trained from childhood, and turned into fearless warriors loyal only to the Sultan. They were disciplined, powerful, and for centuries almost unbeatable. But here's the twist. Eventually they became too powerful, demanding more and more privileges until the sultans had to, well, wipe them out. History is brutal. Long before Holland, the Ottomans had their own obsession with tulips. In the early 1700s, tulips became a symbol of luxury. People decorated their gardens, clothes, and even poetry with tulip designs. It became such a craze that historians now call it the tulip era. Imagine TikTok trends today, but with flowers instead of dances. When you think of naval empires, you think of the British or Spanish, but the Ottomans? Oh, they ruled the Mediterranean for centuries. Their admirals, like Barbarossa, struck fear into European sailors. Whole kingdoms paid tribute just to avoid Ottoman attacks at sea. It's wild how this part of history is almost forgotten today. So there you have it. 10 hidden secrets of the Ottoman Empire that most schools will never teach you. From giant cannons to flying men, from coffee to poetry, the Ottomans were full of surprises. History isn't just dates and battles. It's stories, secrets, and lessons about people who lived lives as real as ours. So tell me in the comments, which Ottoman secret surprised you the most? Was it the flying man? Or maybe the Sultan's love poems? I'd love to know what you think.